welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first ever YouTube video, so I am so excited to be making it for you guys. It's been something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time, is make a YouTube channel and just kind of do vlogs and sit down videos and just really cool fun stuff. And I'm really excited to be making it for you guys. So for the beginning of this video, I just wanted to kind of talk about my pregnancy story, because that is the main reason why I wanted to start this YouTube channel. A lot of videos that I've been searching on YouTube are not really similar to mine, and I can't really find a lot of videos that are like my story. So I just thought that even if I could help somebody that maybe is going through the similar situation as me, then that would mean the world to me. So let's get into the video. So to give you a little bit of a backstory before I get into my pregnancy story, I'm 21 years old. I live in Canada, and basically 2 years ago, in August of 2017, I was joining the military and I got a blood clot in my leg, which then broke off and spread into my lungs. And I had to I was in the hospital for about 2 months. I was taken off of my birth control pills. They said that that's what caused it. And along with a condition called May-Thurner syndrome. So I have that as well, which is a crisscross of your iliac vein and your iliac artery in your leg. So I already have a high risk of getting blood clots. So I was told that I shouldn't really have kids. And me and my fiance were okay with that. We were just going to have dogs. But as you can see by my channel name, by this video, by the stuff in the background of our room, we are having a baby. I'm 25 weeks along with a happy, healthy baby boy. His name is Owen. And I actually got pregnant with an IUD in. So yeah, I got my IUD in October of 2017 to ensure that, there was like a 0.1% chance that I was going to get pregnant with that. So we had, that was the safest route for us, just with my clotting disorders and all that kind of stuff. That was the best option. But I did have a lot of problems with that. So because of the bleeding, the clotting disorder that I have to be on blood thinners. So I was always on a pill. And then, of course, when you get an IUD put in, you have bleeding for the first couple of months, but being on a blood thinner, that extended how long I was bleeding. And then as well as that, the heaviness, and I would have a lot of blood clots coming out with the bleeding. Too much information, probably, yeah. But that's basically what would happen. And so it did eventually settle itself out, like a year having my IUD. Last October 2018, it did kind of settle itself out, but then it came back, and it came back really bad. It came back to the point where I started to see like a fertility specialist, not for like infertility, just more so that, that's what they specialize in and everything like that. So it would make more sense for me to see like a really good OBGYN basically. So, when I saw him, I told him how much bleeding I was having and everything like that. And the clotting, these clots were significant. They were huge. They were literally the size of like half of a baseball. They were pretty big. I did become anemic at one point, and then I was put on iron pills because I was bleeding so much. And then in December, I magically stopped bleeding, and I was like, this is weird. So I'd bleed for a total of like 3 weeks, and then I'd be off. So it was just like a really long period. So for a month, I'd basically have my period for 3 weeks, and then 1 week I wouldn't. So yeah. And then it just stopped. So I kind of figured that maybe the IUD was finally working. It had been like a year and 4 months. And then when I went to get my checkup in January, I was telling them that I was having some abdominal pain, very low abdominal pain, cramping. And then we did an ultrasound, and they said that they couldn't find my IUD. They didn't really know where it was. So that kind of concerned me, because then they said that I needed to get an HCG level pregnancy test done, because they didn't know if it came out or if it perforated or where it was. And if it's not in your uterus, obviously it's not doing its job. It's not protecting you from getting pregnant. And it's not like we didn't want kids. I mean, we always did want kids. I always wanted to be a mom, but I was told that I shouldn't. So it was kind of concerning, because I knew if I was to be pregnant, it would be very high risk. It would be really dangerous. And then along with getting pregnant with an IUD in place, if it was in place and it just wasn't showing up for that ultrasound, the chances of you having an ectopic tubal pregnancy are very high. So I was really concerned with that. But I did do the blood work, and then I also just went and bought a pregnancy test. And as soon as I peed on that, it was positive. I wish that I had filmed that, because it was such just a shocking moment to find out that you're pregnant and that you're going to be a mom. But at the same time, it's so scary because you don't know the risks associated, and you have no idea like what could happen if you could even carry this baby to term. So I called my doctor and called my hematologist, which is my blood doctor basically, and they did confirm that my HCG level, so that was on a Thursday, my HCG level was 843, I think it was 840 to 850 marks. And then I got it tested 4 days later, and it was over 3,000. So that was really good. And then I was also scheduled for a vaginal ultrasound, and I went for the vaginal ultrasound. The IUD was confirmed that it was no longer in place. It did not perforate, and I did have an intrauterine pregnancy. So the baby implanted right where he was supposed to, and he was growing. And at that point, I was 6 weeks, 5 days. So it was super exciting to find out that we were expecting, and that it was in fact an intrauterine pregnancy. And then of course I had to get switched to a different blood thinner, or so I thought, but I was on needles at that point. I was on Lovenox, so they just had to increase my dose. So instead of 1 needle a day in the belly, now I do 2 needles a day in the belly. And yeah, so it's getting there. So then we also had my 20-week anatomy scan, and everything looked perfect on the anatomy scan. He was exactly a pound, and he was a foot tall, so he was 12 inches long, and he's measuring ahead. So I think when I went, I was 20 weeks, and he was measuring like 20 weeks, 4 days. So it's really good news. The only downside is that I am considered a very high-risk pregnancy, because when you're pregnant, your estrogen levels are so high that you can get another blood clot. So we're just kind of watching it, but so far so good. Everything has been good. I do have a stent in my leg as well, so everything is going really good. I did just recently have a hematologist appointment, and then I have my 26-week appointment the first week of July, with my OBGYN, my high-risk OBGYN. So that's going really well. And then once I hit my 3rd trimester, I'm kind of on bed rest. Hence the reason why we have a lot of Owen's stuff already. We have his crib, his bassinet, which you guys can see right there. Most of his clothes, his swaddles, his change table, his dresser, all that kind of stuff is just in our room. We have a pretty big room, so all of his stuff is just in here right now. We didn't really bother like setting up like a nursery as such. It's just more so like his room is in our room, if that makes sense. But I definitely want to do like a nursery tour and show you guys what we have for him. We already have my baby shower, because again, I'm not really supposed to be doing a lot when I hit my 3rd trimester, so we had to kind of have it a bit early. But that was a lot of fun, and like I said, I mean, I wish that I filmed all this stuff, because it's life-changing. So I have some pictures of me while I am pregnant and like previously pregnant when I was like 11 weeks and whatever, and some ultrasound pictures. So I will insert them as well, just so you can kind of maybe see like some of my pregnancy journey, excuse me. So yeah, but that's basically my pregnancy story thus far in a nutshell. It's a lot deeper, it's a lot more in depth. I could make a whole video just on my blood clots and my May Thurners and my IUD experience and all of this stuff, but I just thought I could just put it into one short combined video. And then that way you guys can get to know me, and you know, maybe my channel is something that you want to keep watching. I definitely want to make more videos of like everything that we got from my baby shower. My birth vlog, I definitely want to make. That's something that I definitely want to make. My maternity photo shoot, which is coming up very soon. I think in like 10 weeks we're having my maternity photo shoot. I am being induced at 38 weeks, so if I don't go into labor before that by myself, then we will definitely have it in 10 weeks, maybe a little bit quicker. And yeah, I definitely want to vlog and just make lots of fun videos for you guys. I was going to do makeup videos. I am a cosmetician, well, was before I got taken off for work. So yeah, but it's a lot of effort. It really is. Like, pregnancy is exhausting. And my little boy loves to kick and move like crazy. So at night, where I live in Canada, it's starting to get really hot at night, and we have a dog and I have a fiance, so sleeping with all of them in the bed with me is getting very, very warm, and it's just getting very crammed up. And yeah, it's getting uncomfortable. I can only imagine the ladies that are like 36 weeks and you're huge and it's so warm and you just, it's insane. I'm rambling, I'm going on, getting off track. Point is that if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe. Please subscribe. And then I'll also leave my Instagram below. It is private, I believe, so you'll just have to like request to follow me. But please do that, so you can get updates on me before I post videos. I'm gonna try and post videos a lot. I'd like to like almost post them like 3 or 4 times a week. So we'll see how that goes. And then I'm also going to be breastfeeding. I got the clearance from my doctor to breastfeed while I get the Lovenox. So if any mommies out there come across this video and you have any tips on breastfeeding, please feel free to message me or comment or like leave your email down below so I can get back to you, because I would really, really love some information on breastfeeding and labor and all of that stuff. It would be great. I would love information on labor. Anything you think that I could use, any like newborn necessities, just yeah, feel free. I would love the comments and I would love to feedback. And yeah, and if you have any video ideas that you would like for me to do, please leave them down below. And yeah, until next time, I hope you guys really like this video. And yeah, so have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. And I hope that maybe we can come up with like a channel name for me. So leave that down in the comments below too. Okay, bye guys.